everyone. No worries, Holman's Homestead. Be safe. That's what's important. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Hope everyone is doing well. Prayers for Holman's Homestead. They've got some storms rolling through right now. We want them to be safe. Wanted to talk a little bit about what you're harvesting from your garden. And I was looking, the Cow Emporium is like harvesting a ton of stuff. They said potatoes, corn, summer squash, peas, beans, celery, peppers, carrots, beets, cucumbers, onions, Swiss chard, kale, collards, mint, parsley, oregano, thyme, onion and garlic chives, basil, tarragon, ground cherries, apples, and rhubarb, maybe cabbage if the flea beetles back off. And they said they could eat the winter squash, but I like it mature a bit more. Wow. That's incredible, you guys. Great job, you guys up at the Cow Emporium. That's Glenn and Annette. We have had an epic week of harvesting from our garden, and it's the likes of stuff I've never seen before in the 5 years we've been growing. So I'm like, what is going on? Hey, Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Hey, Craig. Hope you and Debbie are doing well. Hey, Gwen, Broke Cowgirl Homestead. Yeah, I mean, we've been pulling stuff out of the garden like none other, and it's so wild because it feels so good to have abundance. So much abundance that today I harvested tons of squash and zucchini. And I gave it all to a friend of mine, and she was thrilled to have it. Let me just tell Lisa Colovi, no worries at all. So yeah, Lisa Clovi's out at an event, so she may not be here, and that's fine. She's just so wonderful to say something to me. But yeah, it's really, really incredible. I am just like so excited. We have had an incredible cauliflower harvest, an incredible cabbage harvest. Broccoli's been doing great. So many good things. I'm just not used to all the abundance, so it's pretty darn wild, let me tell you. Hey, Gagne Farms, hope you guys are doing well. So I'm pretty excited. We've had some things that didn't do well. We had something eat our potatoes, and we've never had that before. And I didn't even get upset about it because, first of all, it happens. But second of all, we've just had so much abundance with everything else. So it's just been so crazy, which has been pretty cool. So we're real excited about that. That freezer is, oh, excuse me. That freezer is filling up like nobody's business, which is great because that was our goal. But like I said, we're also giving away stuff to folks and sharing, and that's just really cool. Friends who don't have gardens. So that's just exciting. Yep, you're right, Gwen. It does happen. And yeah, I usually regroup and go again, but I get bummed because I'm like, like potatoes is like the shoe-in harvest. We get a lot of food out of our potato harvest. But I wasn't even upset because we had so many great harvests this year. So you can't complain. And even without, not having water, we still don't have water. And we've still been able to preserve things, which is really cool. We haven't done canning yet. I shouldn't say that. We did can a couple things, but a lot of stuff I'm putting in the freezer to can later, like tomatoes and stuff, because we want it to finish. But it's just been a really exciting garden year for us. The best out of the 5 we've been gardening here. It's the best. So pretty darn cool for us. So what are you guys harvesting out of your gardens? That's what I want to know. Hey, Alicia, Strange Reality. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I want to know what you guys are harvesting right now. It's been a kind of weird year for tomatoes, is what I'm seeing on social media. A lot of people are saying they're so slow. I will agree that's been the case for us. So that was pretty cool. Congrats, Alicia, on your potatoes. You did a great job on them. Um, so yeah, right now, some of the I mean, obviously cucumbers and zucchini and yellow squash are coming in. We are waiting for cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, more cabbage. What else? Green beans. They're just, yeah, they did well in July and then but the tomatoes, I've been picking them at first blush because we've got that critter in the greenhouse who likes to go in and eat them, and that's been working out well. I took the hedge trimmers and cut grass and weeds in my pathway from the gate to the barn door yesterday evening. Good, good. So that's what you're harvesting right now. Yeah, you had a rough year, and that is a lot of work. Heather said zucchini and herbs, tomatoes starting to come in. Good for you, Heather. That's awesome. About to process pears and apples. How exciting. We have not purchased, except for the carrots, we have not purchased any canning cases this year. Like everything else, the price has gone up a lot. Like a lot. So much more than last year. So I got wild hairs over there. So we have not ordered any. But on the other hand, we've been getting a lot of produce from our own garden. So that's pretty cool. We do want to get some tomatoes because we really enjoyed having the tomatoes we canned last year from the canning cases, because then I was able to make something that I wanted to make out of our tomatoes. You know what I mean? Like, so I want to make roasted tomato soup out of our tomatoes. Can't tell you how many times I've almost fell down because the grass is so thick and tall. I don't need to be slinging no bucket of feed or milk. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to waste nothing. Hey, Mountain Grandma. Hope you're doing well, Tammy. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so we've got Brussels sprouts that are actually growing. Of course, there's bugs all over them, eating them and everything else. Same thing with the cabbage and the cauliflower. One thing that I will say that I observed tonight, which was really cool, is y'all know how close I plant stuff together. It's even closer than square foot gardening. And it's a risk. It is. One plant gets disease, they're all going to get it, right? Well, we planted very close in that back garden, which was our overflow garden, full sun, has a shade cloth on it. They really kept the moisture fairly well compared to everywhere else in the gardens, right? Now that we've harvested so many things out of one of those rows, I think we have like 3 broccoli plants and maybe 6 cabbage left. Boy, they really dry out something fierce. I noticed that today. So, yeah, I know, Heather. What's with bugs in Brussels? Well, I've never grown them before. Well, I have grown them before, but I never was successful. It really helped to keep the moisture in that garden, and now not so much. But the Brussels sprouts, the cauliflower, the broccoli, the cabbage, they all have bugs back there. In my main garden, I have other cabbage and cauliflower, and they look pretty good. We still have bugs, but not bad at all. I had 4 Brussels sprouts that were like a quick maturing variety, which I don't know if they're going to make it, that I grew from seed last minute, and I put them out in the front raised bed garden. Those things are being eat up like you wouldn't believe, so I don't think they're going to make it. Yeah, when plants are thick, it kind of acts like a cover crop. Yeah, and we've thrown all the leaves that we cut off the cabbage in there because we're going to till it all in and let it all go back to the earth. So, really excited about that because we're getting some good stuff. I had posted a short that we had like this epic milestone, and then 2 days later we beat it. So I'm gonna do a video for that. Hey Robin, Garden State so and so. Hey Holman's Homestead. Glad you guys are here. Hope you're doing well. Stay safe in those storms. So last week I canceled because I was doing fine, and then all of a sudden I felt really ill, and I think I was dehydrated, not drinking enough liquids, not having water and stuff. But then I was fine by the live time, but I didn't want to go back and forth. You know what I mean? I ordered some shade cloth to try and grow some greens under your cauliflower. Was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they've come out really well. The ones in the back were very large. Um, I had one that was eaten pretty bad. So we're keeping an eye on the ones in the back garden. From what I understand, cauliflower heads, once they form, they grow very quickly. I've not found that to be the case in the main garden, but I did find that to be the case in the back garden. So we are keeping an eye on them in the main garden to let them go as far as they can, but they've been doing great. They've been doing really great. That's awesome, Strange Reality. Cool beans. My mom started a worm farm. My dad had worms when I was a kid. He had them down in the basement. Nope, not in a raised bed, Heather. I have them um, in the back overflow garden, which is right in the ground. And then our main garden off the house, technically you could call it a raised bed, meaning that somebody put in boards and put in a liner and then added a whole bunch of compost and soil. But I don't consider it a raised bed, but technically it is because it was made into a bed. Hey Sandra Stitches, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. But we're really excited how it's turning out and how this year is going. It's just been such a rewarding year. Hey Lisa Colovi. Oh, you're something else. I hope you didn't rush. I hope you didn't rush at all. Lisa Clovey was out doing something, and I hope you didn't rush, girl. So let's see, what else? What else are you guys harvesting? Anybody? I'm just curious. What are you guys harvesting out of your gardens if you didn't say already? Hey Barb's Country Home, good to see you, my friend. Pear sauce, fruit leather, dehydrated slices for the kids. That's awesome. Barb's pulling a lot of serrano peppers and cucumbers and stuff out of her garden. Ooh, okra every day, other day or so. That's awesome, Tammy. She's harvesting peppers, Barb said. That's great. That's great. Yeah, I mean, it's been a year. It's been a year. We're just blown away. Um, Ryan's always been very supportive of me. The garden, he was a little questionable about the climate, but he always was very supportive of me. And it's funny because this year we've been having a good laugh amongst married folks. And so every time I pull in all this food, he's kind of like, he goes, "Holy cow, look at all this stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's amazing. You can't grow here, huh?" He's like, "I know, you can't." Because that's what he always said. So it feels good to be having a good year. It feels really good to be having a good year. And I realize like next year may not be great, and that's okay. Robin says, I'm still harvesting tomatoes, zucchini, green beans, herbs, peppers, watermelon. Oh, watermelon. That's so cool, Robin. And Robin, thank you again for the Amazon gift card that I won. I seem to be on a winning streak lately. It's pretty wild. I won a wonderful gift card from Robin. And then I won this really cool sourdough uh, bread box with the knife and a bag and all this stuff from Veronica at Shawcan Ranch. So it's really cool. Thanks, Barb. Thanks, Barb. I'm just, some of you have been here from the start, some of you haven't, but, you know, the ones who have been here from the start, you know how challenging it's been. And so we're really excited. I think we're gonna fix the snow fencing that we're using so we can walk around that area better. That was like a last minute Lisa decision. So that bread box is cute. And it's got like a bamboo cover and you can slice. It's got a slicing thing on the top, I think. Oh, it's so cool. Hey, Blue. Hey, Annie. Hope you guys are doing well. Sandra Stitches says, I have an abundance of lettuce and kale, which I share with my neighbor's chickens. How cool. Yeah, I had kale and I had mentioned they got flea beetles on them and I pulled them and threw it out. But we've had an abundance of lettuce. I've been giving bags of it away and we've been eating on the same lettuce plant since April or May when I planted them. John will be 70 years old on Monday. Happy birthday, John of Barb's Country Home. How cool. That's awesome. Had to get back on phone, internet back out. Oh, I'm sorry, Holman's Homestead. Don't struggle, my friends. That's awesome, Barb. It's awesome. We had a storm. John said thanks. So everybody wishing John at Barb's Country Home a happy 70th birthday. So he said thanks. Hey, Lisa, was jumping off to get to bed and saw your live. Wanted to stop in. Your harvest has been amazing, friend. Blessings. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. I hope you sleep well. Oh, Gwen, you're still waiting on the truck. What a pain. Yeah, it's just my heart like fluttered. I've got to get a video out. I have no excuse. The water has just been it just takes longer to do everything. So, and I got to go to town to get drinking water. I've got to go the other way to get hauled water and all that stuff. So, not the end of the world, but it just takes longer and it's annoying. So, we are working on it. The well driller's truck, I don't know if I mentioned last week, but the well driller's truck, the drilling engine blew in the truck. So you can't make this stuff up. Oh, that's right. Last week I wasn't live, so I didn't mention it last week. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So we're a little delayed and we're waiting. So just been so busy and enjoying things, and preserving all we can and giving things away. And it's just, we've been having a blast with it. So, but I do have videos I need to put out. I have a couple of promotion videos for like Grubterra that should have went out 2 months ago. I also have a giveaway from Vegiga. So I will need to put that out for a raised garden bed. So keep that in mind, because I really want it to go to a subscriber who is always watching our videos versus somebody who comes in because it's a giveaway. You know how that goes. John is getting all these birthday wishes. That's awesome. Happy birthday, John. And what else do I have? Oh, and then Lush and Dew was going to send us seeds. These seeds come in this box. They're unbelievable. They're heirloom seeds. And they reached out to us, and I said, look, I said, I live in the middle of nowhere and nothing's going to grow. So like, you're not going to see a seed video until next year. That's the way it goes. Well, they reached out with some microgreens and said, well, why don't you try that? And I said, I don't know. Let me think about it. And I thought about it for a week or so. And I was like, yeah, I want to try that because that would be cool to have in the house over the winter. So, so we'll have a few of those coming up. So just bear with me. I've got to get through those. I don't accept a lot of things like that, but they were things that I felt were important for homesteads and good information to get out there. Because I can tell you right now, I've not been satisfied with burpee seeds. I've not been satisfied with Livingston and a whole bunch of other names of seeds. I've not been satisfied. The germination rates are horrible. They've not been good for us, and I don't care for them. So I really want to try like the Lush and Dew. Ryan's been buying microgreens at the farmer's market and loving it. Of course, I've been growing them for a while, and you get them from the farmer's market. He likes them. But I decided I really wanted to do this because I get a lot of those products they want to offer, like lights and all this stuff. I don't want that stuff. I want it to be like seeds. I want it to be something we can use, something that's going to be beneficial. So that's why I want to do that kind of thing. So, yeah, so there are that I want to try out. And I think it's good to try them out, because some of them stink, some don't. I've heard a lot of good reviews about Lush and Dew. I haven't looked at the price yet. I got to look at that. Yeah. I get them every day and I turn them down. I don't want anything to do with a lot of them. But I definitely and then there's some that look like a scam to me, so I don't reply. Yeah, I would trial some winter gear. Well, I will say this. I did buy the Hi-C boots or Hi-Cia boots. I signed up to be a tester. They never called us for anything, but I signed up to be a tester. So it wasn't like they offered me to do it. They just said be a tester. I've worn the boots like none other. The winter boots, my feet are warm. They're the only boots my feet have been warm in. And I'm talking when I wear them, it's got to be cold out. And I've worn them in our brutal negative temps and my feet were warm. Never have I had warm feet in boots. They might be in your spam trash folder. I don't even look at those. Oh, there you go. If it's a solar outside light, you'll jump on it. Yeah. I have a bunch, so I don't even pick on those. And I don't want lights for inside the house. But let's face it, we all pick the ones that we like. Like for us, it was all about the garden bed because why? I needed a garden bed. And that ended up being, they were going to send us a small round one, and we ended up telling them what we wanted, and they gave it to us. And we're talking, that was like a $350, what do you call it? Gift. And I was very factual in it because it has been a great bed. So I love that garden bed. I mean, how could it not be good? I mean, unless it fell over, right? Or it fell apart. But I mean, with today's technology and the metal they're using, it better be a good garden bed. Otherwise, they got issues. True Davi boots, but haven't worn them yet. Why not, Gwen? Are they winter boots? Because that I would get. I love that garden bed. I love that it's so high up. Ryan would have liked it if it was shorter. I don't. I mean, it's sunken. It's sunk about this much. And we knew that. Why? Because we put all that pine mulch. It's going to go down as it settles. Yeah, there's like 100 screws in that garden bed. Absolutely. Absolutely. But it looks nice. It went with the other one as best we could, right? Because I could have picked dark green, but then I was like, the other one's a light color. They are rubber boots. They feel so comfy. I just didn't want to start wearing them when my other ones are almost new. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Um, trying to think, there was another thing I did mention that Piggly and Wiggly went to their new homes. I told you guys that in the last video, but Piggly and Wiggly did leave. They are at their new homes, and as per all of our owners, which I absolutely adore, because they don't have to do that. They choose to do it on their own. They've sent us pictures, and they are absolutely loving having those two little guys over there with their children. Um, and they feel really comfortable having their children in there with the pigs and stuff. So they are being raised for meat, but they've had stuff where they worry about the children. So I think it's really great that the kids are in there. They're being handled a lot. Um, and this is a home where, it's not just let the kids run free. Um, they also teach them the realities. So I think that's really exciting. Yeah, so they're doing really well. They're doing really well. I mean, we had somebody on a wait list months before we had the litter. Um, and so ideally we would have kept one or two of them for ourselves. We didn't know we were going to have a small litter, but we opted to let the two go to this woman because she really wanted them. And she communicated with me, and just it's been a really good home. In fact, I'm probably going to be going there next week. I was supposed to go this week and I didn't get a chance, but their dairy cow just calved. So I was going to go see the calf, which is pretty exciting. Yeah. I have tons of random video clips that I've taken that don't fit together. I have too many. Too many. And it's hard because, it's vertical for Instagram, it's vertical for shorts and reels and all this stuff. And then I have the clip and I forget to do it double to do it for YouTube. And I finally just let go of that stuff. So I'm going to try and get a video out next week on the Vajiga bed. So we can do that giveaway. I probably won't mark it a giveaway. So I'm giving you guys this information for a reason. Because, like I said, I hate marking things giveaway and then some stranger comes in and wins it. You know what I mean? So stick them all together and it'll look like we're really busy. Yeah, no kidding. Thankfully, it won't be a fluffy calf, or it may be coming home with you. No kidding. I saw somebody post about one of those little fluffy Highlands. Now, I do know that the Highland calves, if they're those little mini ones, it's some kind of genetic thing. And I know that's a bad thing. So even though they're super cute, I know that's a bad thing. I can't remember the name of it. I have a friend in Canada on Instagram, Katie. She's got the regular size ones, and they are so cool. And she's got a calf named Bambi. Oh my gosh, steals my heart every time. But I saw somebody post in a Facebook group probably about a year ago here saying that they had these mini Highlands, and I was like, I just wanted to go see them and be what we call a tire kicker. No intent to buy, just go see them. But I decided not to support that. It was probably spam anyway. They are expensive. Absolutely. Absolutely. Gosh, they're gorgeous, but they're a lot of work too. You ain't got something with all that fluff. You got to be brushing that fluff, getting debris out and all that stuff, you know? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I couldn't imagine sitting there brushing cows all day. But yeah, those little fluffy ones are so cute. I should show you Bambi. Oh my gosh. I should show you Bambi. I love having Dexters. That's awesome. Excuse me. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you Bambi because, oh my gosh. She's just the cutest thing. Let's see. So this was when she was younger. Look at her. Oh my gosh, look at her. Is she not the cutest thing ever? And then she was a bottle calf. Oh, hang on, let's see if I can get this one to go. She's just, I mean, absolutely adorable. Oops, sorry. And then I wanted to go back and show you one more of her. She is just... Oh, I got to take the music off. Hold on. Now, like I said, she'll be a normal size Highland. She's not a mini. But she's a calf. Oh my gosh, look at that. She is just so cute. Let me see the other last picture when she was little. This is when she was she was less than a month old there. Oh, sorry, Robin. Let me go back to the chat. I was looking at the Highlands for sale here in Texas, 8,500. Yeah, no. Nope, nope, nope. Totally adorable, Barb. Yeah, they would never leave. That's the problem. They'd be like Lisa and her piglets. Lisa and Norman. Exactly, Blue. Oh, so fluffy, but so much work. $8,500. Woof. Yeah, no way you can make money on them for sure. Absolutely. So cute. Diesel often barks at the Cow Emporium videos because he hears the cows and he starts barking. It's so funny. But I'll have to tell Ryan that there's a new Swather video out so we could watch that tonight. Let's see what else I want to say. That's about it. Just not, just having fun with stuff and not having fun with no water, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. But lots of good stuff coming up. There's also a really cool giveaway at let me see here. Trying to think of the other. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Never mind. Sorry. My dogs bark at random videos, usually if it's a man's voice. Oh, that's funny. Have a great night, Alicia. Take care. Oh, and I know River Rat is having trouble. River Rat Homestead is saying that he's having trouble talking in the chat. I don't know if he's here tonight, but I know that he's having trouble typing in the chat. So if he's here, I want to say hello to him. I have looked all over to find out why it won't let him excuse me, why it won't let him chat, and I can't figure it out, but if anybody knows, let me know. I did freeze all but one head went to a friend last night. We did freeze all the rest of it except one, so all but 2 heads. One was too eaten by the bugs when we looked at it when we got it inside. So I cut it apart and we ate what we could raw. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm wrong. 3 heads. 3 heads. 2 heads we gave away. One was all chewed up pretty bad, so I cut it off and we ate what we could. But the rest I have frozen it all. So very excited about that. The pickled cauliflower Jen made looks so good. I know it. It did. It did. I definitely was thinking of doing that. We've had that. We didn't have we have had it bolt also, Barb. And one of the things that we did, and obviously you're much hotter than we are, but we did have a hot July. We ended up putting it under shade cloth and watering daily, and it kept it, because we packed it so close, it kept it really moist. I think it kept the soil cooler. But again, big difference in climate between you and I, Barb, but definitely the shade cloth helped in packing it close together for us. So, but yeah. Yeah, I gave Julie at the Nemo farmhouse, I gave her one of the heads of cauliflower and then gave one to a friend of mine. But ours usually bolts. It usually doesn't get large. Annette, I don't know if you were on earlier when I mentioned it. They talked about when the heads form, once they form, apparently they grow pretty quickly, if the temps are right, in several days. So I have several that I'm starting to watch every day to make sure that they don't bolt. So happy spring, Sandra Stitches. Yeah, I just saw that. I went to go look somebody up on Instagram to tell you about the giveaway, and I couldn't remember the name, but Anita at the what is it? The Flower Folk Farm said she was closing the stand because of the wind so bad. Crazy wind. Crazy wind. Gary likes to pickle cauliflower, carrots, and jalapenos. Yum. Yeah, I thought about pickling some, but this cauliflower is so sweet tasting. One thing that I did read about, because I was reading a university thing on cauliflower, was if you buy self-blanching cauliflower, blanching didn't mean what I thought it meant. Self-blanching is apparently when the leaves protect the head to keep it white, so you don't have to tie them over. We didn't have to tie anything over, and so I believe our variety was self-blanching, where it wrapped the head, and it didn't everything was pure white. It was beautiful. So, and a lot of those were cauliflower that I did plant from Seeds Trust. So the broccoli, the cabbage, the cauliflower were from Seeds Trust. The high altitude seeds did great. The tomato that I planted on April 24th, I got one. So I'm not impressed. I'm literally getting early girls right now. which makes me laugh because I've had brandy wines already. Tons of other stuff, so it's pretty funny. What was the other Siege Trust? I had Chard. I pulled out because they had leaf miners on them. Spinach was not impressed. What else? And then beans. Green beans just they did well in July, but I think, like we've already had 40-degree nights, so I think the green beans get cold feet because they're not prolific at all. I think I have 2 bags in the freezer of green beans from all the green beans that I planted, and we're waiting on a 3rd wave, so not impressed. Okay, Annette, no worries. I love steamed cauliflower with lots of butter too. We've been steam blanching it, because the book that I have said steam blanching is the best. So we put it in the steamer, we put it in there for 4 minutes, which is great because then we can give it a look over after I soaked it in water before. So I soak it in water to get rid of some of the worms in case there's any in there because they have green worms like the broccoli. And then I steam blanch them, and I can see if there's any worms in there, but it's a lot easier looking at cauliflower than it is at broccoli for green worms. Broccolis, I just throw it in the water, blanch it, and the worms rise to the surface. So it works out pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. It's so funny. And Annette's got to tuck in the littles. That's her little birds, her little chickens. I'm trying to think what else. I've heard to fold the leaves over the cauliflower head to protect it from sun damage. I've never grown it though. Yes, and so that's what you would call. Normally, yes, you do that. And then, but the one that I bought is called self-blanching. And self-blanching means it wraps the leaves around the head until it's ready to pick. And so it keeps a whiter head. Nope, I'm not, Barb. I'm not doing September. I've never done it. I turned down. It's just not anything I've been interested in with soup. I like soup, don't get me wrong, but I made these cabbage rolls. Oh my gosh, with the cabbage that I grew, to die for. Good ingredients make all the difference. I'll tell you that right now. I just hope we get Brussels sprouts. That would just make my year. If we get we already got enough. So if it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. But there's bugs eating the Brussels sprouts, but they're forming and they're looking pretty cool. So I'm pretty excited. I like making soup, but I don't like making it in September. I think that's why I don't. Like, soup for me is when it's cold out. I like hot soup when it's cold out. Your cabbage rolls look so good. Thank you. Yeah. The only thing I did different was instead of just ground pork, we used Italian sausage and beef. And we used some fresh dill that I had. And I think it was we had to use an egg, so a farm fresh egg. Local beef, local pork sausage, so that was good. And then the cabbage, and I had canned tomatoes from last year, and then I had to use some tomato soup. So I'm hoping to make some roasted tomato soup this year with our tomatoes. So we'll see how it goes. But Sunday, I am going to help a friend and teach her how to can. She's making ketchup as we speak. She's got the tomato roaster going. She bought a case of tomatoes and such. And so Sunday, I'm going to go over there and we're going to can it up. It should be ready by then with all the cooking she's got to do in the roaster and stuff. And then Monday, we're going to go over and help the folks that I helped when I missed Mountain Grandma's live that time, because my friend had those pigs and she had piglets suddenly. She has one boy that we need to castrate. So we're going to go over and tell them what to do. So sharing the skills, right? It's all about sharing the skills. I never made ketchup either, and I thought about it, but quite honestly, I think I would get more use out of mustard than I would ketchup. Because I know ketchup takes a lot of tomatoes. I was thinking of making that Oktoberfest mustard in the ball book. I thought that would be good. I made a new recipe tonight, baked spaghetti. It was really good. Oh, yum. Yeah, I've made baked spaghetti before. I love it. Yum, yum. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it takes a while to cook it down and stuff. I'm excited because I bought last year or in the winter, we bought a roaster so I can actually put all my tomatoes in there. Not like I did last year, so I'll be excited because I have a lot of tomatoes. So, excuse me, froggy. So, our goal last year we grew 119 pounds something ounces, right? And this year's goal was to double it. So that's 239 pounds and something ounces, right? So stay tuned because I will be doing a video once the garden season's over to let you guys know how we did. But I will give you a sneak peek. Last year we got over 41 pounds of potatoes. This year I think we got 6 pounds. Worst year ever for potatoes. And that's fine. That's fine. But just to give you a sneak peek, and we got a ton of cauliflower, a ton of cabbage, still more out there. But it'll be exciting to see if we hit our goal because we had a lot of warm temps in July and even some in August. So that's really cool. So what are you guys doing for your weekend, for your long weekend? I'm curious. Let me know. Excuse me. Like I said, I am tomorrow will probably be here, but Sunday I'm going to be teaching somebody how to can, and then Monday Ryan and I are going over to teach somebody how to castrate. But what are you doing with your long weekend? I'm curious. Anybody going to any like festivities or anything like that? Gwen says nothing. Whatever comes up that might get done. No plans. Good for you. I don't really have plans except for those two things, just because those folks work and they had those days off and it worked out. So I was like, of course we'll be there. So that'll be really cool. Odd jobs in the morning before it gets hot, moving grains, setting loaders. Nice. Did you have a cool day the other day, Annette? Did you have like 45 degrees for a high? I thought I saw that somewhere. Barb said I'm going to rest and make a pineapple upside down cake for John's birthday. How exciting. Good for you. I hope you're feeling well, my friend. Yeah, Annette, I know you were putting the littles up. I'm teaching canning on Sunday and to a friend, and I think her sister's coming. We're gonna water bath. And then Monday we're gonna teach somebody how to castrate a piglet. So Robin is doing barbecue with her kids. My son in Vermont is coming down. That's awesome. Brisket and adult mac and cheese. Yum. I love that, Heather. Oh, I'm sure by Monday Gary will have decided to cook something on the barbecue pit, but as of now we haven't discussed that. Oh, okay, Annette. Okay. I have an app for my weather local weather channel has an app, and I can put different places in, and I thought I put your place in there and it said 45, and I've always been wondering, like, is it going to show me degrees or Celsius? But the numbers are too high to be. The numbers can't possibly be Celsius. I'm assuming it would show Fahrenheit because that's what my setting is. I don't know. I was trying to look because I wasn't stalking you, my friend. I was looking because I wanted to look at your climate compared to ours from a humidity standpoint. Okay, what's up with adult mac and cheese? What's up with the adult mac and cheese, Heather? We need to know. Stalk away. So I don't want to put Annette on the spot, but what's your temp now, Annette? If you don't mind, or if you can look easily. If you can, it's no big deal. And if you want, you can message me on Insta. You don't have to say it here if you don't want to. Because I think it's showing degrees for me. Oh, diced bell peppers and sauteed onion, not boozy at all. Oh, thanks, Annette. I have to make I have to make baked mac and cheese, and I don't even have a recipe. I've only ever made it once. I lost the recipe. Oh no. I have to tell you, I've gotten a lot of recipes from, and Robin, take it with a grain of salt, but there's this website that comes up often when I Google a recipe. So All Recipe is known as a good one. Taste of Home is another good one, but Spend with Pennies. I love their zucchini bread. I made the cabbage rolls and they were delicious. So give them a look for mac and cheese. Spendwithpennies.com. Really, really, I've been impressed with their stuff. Homemade taco seasoning, bacon. Okay. Thank you, Annette. What I was seeing was it was showing 68, but that's in general for your area, not specific. So that makes sense. Okay, so it's showing me Fahrenheit. Thank you. All Recipes is good, and Taste of Home. Oh, you're so welcome. My family would protest with mac and cheese with bell peppers and onions. You're so welcome. Yeah, it's called Spend with Pennies. Their zucchini bread, I love it. I love it. But yeah, All Recipes is really good. Also, read the reviews and stuff like that. You can get some really good ones there. I want some adult mac and cheese. Barb's feeling better. She wants some adult mac and cheese. Barb, are you able to eat by mouth yet? Hey, Hugo Homestead. Hope you're doing well, CB. Hope you're having a great summer so far. Because Barb, I know you've been through a lot. That's why I asked. That's why I asked. I'm just waiting on that. Very cool. Been hot this past week. Yeah. Yeah, it's been hot in a lot of places. We've had some pretty hot temperatures, but then August calmed down a little. It goes up and down, but it's not too bad at all. Um, the good news is we got like a half an inch overnight and then a half an inch with a storm with some hail the other day. So we got an inch of moisture in 24 hours, which was really helpful because we needed that. Barb said if it's wet or moist because I accidentally pulled my stomach tube out. Oh no. So you'd really need some liquidy or very wet and moist adult mac and cheese. alerts going off on my computer. What's I going to look for? So I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek, but I think I deleted it, so I'll have to see if I can find it. Give me a minute while I look. Ugh, too much to look at. Overload. I'm having surgery on my throat because there's scar tissue from the chemo. Okay, when are you having that done? If you don't mind saying. If you don't want to say, Barb, we can talk about that later. Yeah, radiation. Oh, chemo is brutal. Chemo is brutal. It's, chemo and radiation are just really brutal on your body and leave a whole host of struggles for you to deal with. December. Okay. Prayers, fingers crossed, all that for you, Barb. So glad you're all right. I know you're still going through it, but so glad you're okay. That's what matters the most. So, like I said, guys, stay tuned about what I talked about with the giveaway and stuff earlier. A couple other videos, and I'll definitely get something out this week on the garden progress and stuff. I know you're so much better than you were. Knew you were gonna kick it. Knew you were gonna kick cancer's butt, Barb. You're a tough cookie and a darn good woman. So I knew you would kick it. So happy for you. All right, guys. Well, it's just shy under an hour, but I think I'm gonna get going. We have got I've got some things to do. I think I'm gonna go cook some biscuits because I'm hungry. We had some leftovers, but it wasn't a lot for supper, so I think I'm gonna cook a few biscuits. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing Labor Day weekend. Love to you all. Thanks for being here. You guys are the diehards here all the time. So thank you so much. And stay safe. Okay. And happy harvesting. Take care, guys. Bye.